Ay, dos míos. Hi. Once again, guys, my name is Mrs. B Finesse of millennialfinessemindset.com, guys. I'm super excited to talk about today's topic. If you're new here, hello, welcome to the Finesse family. I am Mrs. B Finesse, and Finesse is an acronym, and it stands for faithfully inspiring, innovating, naturally effective, and seeking success every day. That is my goal as the person here that is on here giving you guys all this great information. We're having conversations, we're interpreting different perspectives, and we're just getting understanding here, guys. So I'm super excited about this topic. Are you existing or just living? Now, guys, you know, with all the things going on and everything in society and with the big times, it's so much a burden and a heavy weight on a lot of people to just kind of get up every morning. So we're going to talk about that. And one thing I thought was super interesting, guys, was the topic with the TV show host Steve Harvey. Guys, did you know he had like a court TV show? Like my kids showed me that the other day. They're like, Mom, look, Steve Harvey has a court show. And so, yeah, so we're going to talk about the ideal of existing, or are you living? Are you just existing? We're going to connect that with what a lot of people were saying today. And we're going to get into the topic today, guys. So once again, I'm super excited about it. If you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. Make sure you guys hit that button on the way in. Make sure you turn the notification bell on too, if you're subscribed already too, so you know when I go live. And let's get this started, guys. I'm super excited about the topic today. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's get it started right now, guys. Hopefully you're having a great day. So today's conversation, guys, we're going to talk about, are you just existing or are you living? So that concept to me was super interesting, because I know a lot of times, especially in society, guys, people are just idly walking around and you never kind of know what's going on with them. And I think a lot of times we get so caught up in our normalness. We get so caught up in the day-to-day arduousness of getting by, family life, that 9-to-5 grind, as people call it. A lot of times we're not really focused on, you know, what are your aspirations? What are the things that you want to do? Even if it's something simple, you know, all of us are different. So all of us aspire for different things. And I felt like this conversation should be had. I felt like it was really necessary to kind of bring this to light, because I find that a lot of people are just existing. You guys, you know, the place that they say where there is so much promise and so much, so many ideas and so many thoughts and dreams and talents. Where do you guys think that is? I want to see if you guys know. Where is the place that they say it's so valuable? There's so much there. What place is that? Does anybody know? Let's see if you guys know. Ay, dos míos. Okay, guys, let me get my. I keep clicking the whatchamacallit, guys. Give me a second. I'm still getting used to my new camera, and I have like the cords everywhere, and I'm clicking. I'm accidentally hitting it. Okay, we're back on. Cool. All right. All right, guys. So where is a place where there is so many ideas? There's so much promise. I want to know if you guys know before I tell you. What place is that? There we go. Thank you, camera. Oh, okay. What place is that? Let me see if you guys know. We're just going to go to this one. It's good to have multiple cameras. There we go. What place is it, guys? Let's see. Let me see what you guys say. Give me 1 second. Let's see if you guys know the place where all there's so much promise. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, I can't touch anything. It's okay. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right. So yeah, guys, the place is a graveyard. That's a place where everything is. There's so much promise there, and like there's so many hopes and dreams that just pretty much got left behind. And so yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about this, get this started as far as the conversation that I have going forward. Ay, los míos. Guys, this thing is working my last nerves, but it's all good. I'm going to truck through it. It's just doing what it wants to do, but we're going to get through it. All right, guys. So let's see who's here. We have Big C Views. He's like, finesse gang. Let's go. Come about Big C Views. Let's see. We have She Stole My Thunder. She says, hello, fam. Hope everyone is doing well today and every day. Yes. Thank you. She Stole My Thunder. Let's see. Those meals, guys. I'm telling you, this is very, very aggravating, but I'm going to truck through this bad boy. All right. So let me bring up what I wanted to share with you guys so we can discuss it. And we're just going to have a conversation about it. Technical difficulties and all. So let's get started, guys. All right. So here we go. Let's share that screen, share audio, share. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So the topic we're talking about is we're going on with the Steve Harvey show, and basically the concept that he was talking about, guys, is he was talking about existing and thriving, or surviving. All right. So once again, you guys see it's a struggle stream team already. Yes, Big C View says, Mrs. B Finesse, yes, 100, thank you for being here. Camera looks great. Now lighting is needed. Yeah. I have it, like I have the cords connected, guys, and I think, like I said, I hit it before, but we're going to still truck through. It's all good. I'm not going to stop it, all right? As long as we can, you guys can hear me good, we just going to truck through this thing, all right? Destination Dad is saying, Mrs. B Finesse, what's up? Yeah, I have the cables. I think I hit it when I first came in, guys. So it's all good. We're going to work it on out. We got Saquana in the building. She's saying hello, all. And M Mills is saying good afternoon, everyone. As always, guys, before I get started, I always want to give a shout out to you guys. I want to give a shout out to the Finesse family. As always, guys, I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate how we are growing here, how much you guys are committed to coming and listening. So I always want to give you guys a shout out, because without you guys, where would any content creator be without the people that are listening? So shout out to the Finesse fam. I so appreciate you guys, and you guys just rolling with the punches with these things, guys, as technical difficulties arise. It's all good. As long as we got this audio, we're gonna get this thing going, guys. All right. So once again, guys, I was looking at over an article, and I just kind of was thinking about what's going on actually in society and the concept of existing or living. So let's kind of break that down, what that is, existing or living. So existing pretty much, guys, is just the concept of you kind of getting up, doing your day by day. You're not really focused on any extra changes as far as life and things that are going on. You pretty much, I think to me, it's like rudimentary, where you kind of get up, go to work, come home, eat, sleep. Get up, go to work, come home, eat, sleep. All right. And to me, I don't think it's anything per se wrong with that, as long as you are getting like free time. Like if you guys check my Instagram, make sure if you haven't subscribed to me on Instagram, new to all the social media. So I do like times where I can kind of show you guys a clip of like when I'm out or what I'm doing and things of that nature. Hey, Top Slug, Sofa King, nice that you are here. Shout out to Professor Black Ops. Thank you guys for showing up. So once again, guys, as far as that rudimentary, getting up, going to work, coming home, eating, going to sleep, I always feel that it is imperative, and I always push that. And I told you guys even before I came on social media, I'm sorry, YouTube, the whole balancing of your life. Ay, Dios míos. Jeez. Okay, so here we go. Now this wants to work right, but it's all good. We're gonna keep trucking through this thing. The balance of like the of work life and family is always something that's super important to me. That's always going to be what I put first. Definitely my family. If you guys don't know, you're new to me, I do have just recently had a baby, so that's another element. So when I come on here, guys, and give you all my time and attention and effort, understand that I balance a multiplicity of things. I balance many things. So it's not just I'm one of the people that's retired, or I sit here and I can come on and just talk all day. No, I really have to structure it around my life and things that are going on. But it's enjoyable to me. So I take the time to do it. And so that's kind of the premise and the point of what I'm talking about. As far as just you existing, I definitely want you guys to find times in the day where there are things that are enjoyable to you. Things where you can kind of take a break or get away and actually do things like traveling and things of that nature, guys. I really think it's imperative to go out and travel, to go out and visit different places. Simple things like we like to do all kinds of stuff, guys, like go to museums, go to theme parks, go to just to visit different places, just to say we went, breaking away from the monotony of life. And I think that's super important, because a lot of times I feel like people have to be told that. People sometimes have to be told, like, take a break, get up and get out there, try something different, do different things. And I think sometimes you need to hear it. You need to hear that, and it needs to be said for you, because if you guys think about it, I got my little sounds too, guys. You want to hear some sounds? Let's see. Yay! So I have my little sounds, so I'll be clicking the sounds every once in a while when we're talking. So your girl's kind of moving on up slowly but surely with the Finesse fam. But guys, I really think this is super, super important. I really think it's important that you take that time to enjoy yourself, enjoy your family. And to me, I think it's coming out of to the house. As far as existing and living, I think you need to kind of go out. It's really important to get the sunlight. I believe that's vitamin D. And it's important too to go out to physically move and exercise, and making sure that you are existing and not just existing, I'm sorry, but living. And when I think of living, when I compare the difference, because you're like, okay, Mrs. B Finesse, what are you talking about? What is the difference between existing and living? All right. Existing to me is just doing what you need to do without anything that is a reward to yourself. So get up, go to work, come home, sleep. Get up, go to work, come home, sleep. If you're doing that every day and you're working so much and you do nothing with all the time you're working, do something for yourself, go out somewhere, even getting something for yourself. If you're working that much, guys, too, I understand some of us some of you put yourselves in a situation where you have to work to pay off on a bill you have masked, or you owe debt. Okay, once you get out of that rut, when you owe debt and you get out of that, guys, don't get back to that place, because you definitely want to have something to show for your work. Something definitely needs to show for what you're working for. And I think I'm a proponent of that. I am a super proponent of you taking your time out for yourself, your me time, your peace. You taking time, sometimes even away from your family, just to go somewhere. I don't know, go get a massage, go do something that you like to do to give you peace. Sometimes it means breaking away from people that you're around. Screen time, always looking at other people. You don't want to keep looking at them and get so caught up in what they're doing, because most people on social media live fake lives, and most people are living this false reality and narrative that they just want to show you, because it just feels good to, I guess you could say, kind of just lie and make up things for people to want to keep coming back. So don't get caught up in that. Please don't, because I mean, you guys have to realize we are social beings. So it's kind of really hard not to get caught up in things, because your eye gates, when you're seeing it so much all the time, it's just hard. Like, it gets up in your brain and it's just, you get stuck. So a lot of times, digress, turn off the TV, turn off social media, turn off YouTube sometimes, and go outside, guys, and get some fresh air. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. And Mill says, Mrs. B Finesse, I love you. And listen, guys, sidebar from the conversation. Let me tell you guys what my husband said. He said, babe. He said, babe, yesterday I was watching you at work, and he's, shout out to my husband. He said, you know what? If you weren't as bright as you were, babe, I wouldn't be able to see your face, because your hair was coming down, and I couldn't tell where your face was and your hair. I was like, ha, 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 funny, whatever. So shout out to him for that, and thank you, M Mills, for that. I appreciate that. Hey, Sophia, what's going up? Love, prayers and love to everyone so much, and hello to all. Top Slug says balance is definitely important for sure. Yeah, and shout out to Lauren Melissa. I just caught watch again her stream that she put up, and she was kind of talking about this. Shout out to her for that, and I talked to her. Shout out for our conversation on the back end. Lauren Melissa on that phone call. But yeah, I mean, shout out to her, because she came on and she was talking about YouTube, and is it worth it? And she was saying how sometimes you just have to take a break from it, and she was talking about how a lot of people come on, guys. I feel like there's like a hair poking out right there. Okay, cool, got it. Where is it? Right there. Okay, whatever. Real life, Mrs. B Finesse here, fixing it. There it goes again. Sorry, guys. Yes. Okay. So anyway, she was talking about, being on, online, and being consumed, watching everybody else, and, what that does. And if you guys haven't watched that TV show or movie, it's called Social Dilemma, you need to watch that. You definitely need to watch it, because sometimes I don't think, and to me, I think I know it more so than anyone, guys, because I wasn't on social media. I for years I haven't been on it, so I'm not. It's not part of my my repertoire. Being on there, posting, doing this, doing that, hitting the likes, like this is all new to me. So I think me being so not abreast of it, I can see on the outside looking in how much like peace my life has totally been for years, 15 so years, longer than that, because I'm not really on it. And I can see how, looking at other family members, best friends, colleagues that I'm close to, how they can get so consumed inside of it, because of the whole aura of what people are saying. If they're liking, they're not liking you. If they're following you, they're not following you. Because we're social beings as humans. So I really believe, getting back into the aspect of existing or living, it is important that you are doing things outside of what your normals are. It is important that you take some downtime. I think it's so important. I think a lot of times, listen, guys, I used to take mental health breaks. Like, even though, like I said, my job was easy and I loved it, and education is so easy for me, I would definitely do it for free. That's why I'm in that field. It's something I would do for free. So if there's something, what you're doing, you would do it for free and you get paid, that's a blessing. But, it's sometimes that I just be like, okay, I'm just going to take a mental health day, because I got to leave. I have paid leave or whatever. And I just wanted to take a break, just because I wanted to do it. And I had the time, and I wanted to take a break. I was talking to another co-worker yesterday. Well, they're not working there anymore. Shout out to him. And he was saying how, he got so consumed with, the teachers and the principals telling him what he could and couldn't do, because he's on social media. So, he has his little following on social media, and, just everything with the school and students. And he was like, I just had to take a break. Like, I had to, literally leave that profession because I was consumed. And, sometimes it is what it is. Like, you have to know, and we talked about that yesterday, kind of like your breaking point. You have to know when enough is enough, and be okay. Don't think you're missing out on anything just because you leave something, or you change it, or you love yourself enough to give yourself a break, or get yourself something, or, I think it's important that we focus on living and not just existing. because life is so good and there's so much to be seen in life. And I think we miss out on that, trying to prove ourselves to other people, trying to do what other people are doing, aka the Joneses, trying to have like this whole reality that's not your truth. And I'm telling you guys, when you're walking in your own truth and you're being your own self, and I know that's what Laura Melissa was saying. She's like, I'm me. I'm so happy that I'm me, and I'm not trying to be anything else. And I'm telling you guys, it's same here. Like when I come on here, there's nothing extra I do. There's nothing more I add to it. There's no spin on it or twist I do, or any gimmick to try to give you anything or hustle you anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here doing what I would normally do on a day-to-day basis, but I'm with you, the Finesse family. So, just be cognizant of that. And if you're not walking in that, guys, and you don't have that reality, you don't have that truth, don't think you can't get it. Don't think it can't come to you. I think that's another thing that's important, because I feel like a lot of times we feel like we're in a rut. We feel like, all I can do is exist because I can't get anything more. I can't have anything more. And you can do whatever you want to do, guys. Your life is whatever you want to make it. And I think a lot of times we don't see that. Shout out to Ine. Hopefully you're having a great day, Ine. Sophia says, that's why I tie up my grown daughters. That's why I tie up my grown daughters' loose ends. Whenever those grandkids come, I want everyone ready. Shout out to Sophia. Good job. Shout out to you. Destination Dad said he just hit 100 subs. Yay, that's what I'm talking about. 100 subs. Yep, we're here, Finesse Fam. We're on our way to 1K, but I love the 6 strong that we have moving forward, because like I said, guys, it's so awesome to get to know your group as it's growing. Instead of like a shootout group, or just, people just come but they never come back, or they never watch your stuff, or they never hit the like button. I really appreciate you guys, because you guys are like so thorough. I mean, shout out to you guys. I mean, you guys are a testament, because there's a mic, there's a new camera. Like, there's so much because of you guys believing in what this channel is about. So I just want to give a shout out to you guys. I'm never going to not do that. I'm never going to be so caught up in me and the subscriber count and all that and not shout out you guys. Also too, guys, and I was talking to another YouTuber about this and listening to something else. Please also don't get caught up on subscribers, all right? Because subscribers are actually easy to get for most people, especially if you have a social media following. You're more so get caught up on the watch hours, because even if you get monetized and even if you get in the partnership program, as far as what you're getting from it, the AdSense and the pay, you really have to get a lot of views. So please don't just hustle to get to the 1K and then think you can sit back and you're going to get paid. Don't work like that. You have to get the views. People still have to come and watch you. And plus your subscriber count can matriculate and grow, but it's more so the views. Because that's how, when they're putting the ads in, how you will get paid for that. So if you guys don't know, that's what I've learned in the couple months that I've done it. Doesn't matter if you get to the 1K and you get to the partnership program, it still doesn't mean you're getting a lot of money. You still got to keep trucking, put out the content, and be consistent. But once again, don't get burnt out. Existing and living. Also, know what your limits are. I think that's super, super important too. A lot of times, get motivated and stay motivated. I'm all for that. But understand what your goal is, and don't be motivated for somebody else's goal. Be motivated for your goal and what you want to do. And understand once you meet it, set another goal. I'm really keen on like setting goals, guys, because for the most part in my life, I've got like vision boards and goals. I've met all of them. Like, I can show you guys like my vision board. Everything on it, I've got it, met it, because I set the goal. I look at the end the same way that I do my teaching and education. I look at the end, and then I set the steps up to get to the end. And I think a lot of you, that would be a good way to track yourself. As far as things that you're trying to hit, goals you're trying to meet, look at what the end is first, and then work yourself backwards to see the steps you need to move forward to hit your goals. So, hopefully that helps somebody. I know a lot of times I give that kind of conversation when I am like mentoring and tutoring people or coaching them, and I break it down deeper than that, but I'm just saying that can take you a long way. And I give you guys that for free. Shout out to BTB. I wonder if BTB's at the gym. I wonder if he's at the gym right now. Shout out to you, little bro. Sophia and oh yeah, and BTB's working on building a computer with his dad. BTB, I think my brother did that. My brother built like I think a base computer back in the day. So shout out to you for that. That's gonna be so fun. I know when I was in school, I think like it was a base model. They were showing us kind of how to put that together, but I think once you get it down, it's super easy and cool. Sophia says, Mrs. B Finesse, how you so young and speaking so much facts? Listen, Sophia, I've heard that I have like an old soul. Like I've been told that my whole life. My mom and dad have always told me, and my aunts and uncles and my teachers and everybody around me, ever since I was little, they've always told me I was super wise. And they always say like you're like a leader, like it, and naturally, like I don't know, I'm empathetic for people, and my goal is to always want to inspire or encourage people, and not for my gain. I know a lot of people want to inspire and encourage you for their gain so they can get something out of you, but I don't know, I just love seeing people winning, like I do. I love seeing people winning. I love that feeling. I love seeing people's growth. And I love if I can do anything to be a part of it or help it. Anyway, encouraging them, supporting them, shooting them a message or email or text, something. But I don't know. God favor, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I never received this and say, oh, it's me. I got all this myself. I'm so... I hate when people do that. It's so ignorant. I did this all myself, and I'm so strong by myself. And yep, it's me. No, it's not. It's whoever is around you supporting you that is bringing you up and wants to support you. Because other than that, if they didn't think you were anything to want to watch or listen to or aspire to, then what? You just be there floating around. Thank you for that, Sophia. I appreciate that sentiment. Where is it at? Let's see. Destination Daddy, he said he's happy about his 100 subs. Yeah, I mean, always the little things every time, like always. And shout out your subscribers too. Remember, you didn't get there by yourself. It was them that helped you. No, I'm super happy for you, Destination Daddy. I'm super happy because I remember when I got my first 100. Shout out to Kwame Brown. I remember I went on his show. And literally it was floods of people that came in. They're like, we love you. I think OG Patrice, I got her from Kwame Brown show, and a couple people that still come watch. And they flooded in and came, and they're still here, so I appreciate that. So yeah, shout out to you. Good for you, Destination Dad. Happy for you. Sophia's saying, yes, Destination Dad, do your thing, feel good, and hopefully your son's doing well. Your little son is doing super well in the new year. I'm so happy to see your growth and how that's going to work. Let's see. I knew it. See, I know little bro. He says, yep, I'm at the gym. Big C View says, I set goals and out them all in my Google Calendar. Good. I'm not wasting no time in 2020. Is different now. See, and that's what I'm saying. You have to put the vision out and make it clear. And I think a lot of times we sleep on writing things down and putting it around you. Like I'll put sticky notes on mirrors. I'll put them on the front door. You know what I'm saying? I'll, make sure the kids like, listen, write out what your goals or what you guys want to do, encouraging my husband's like my husband's super goal oriented, so like him it's just natural. He like once he says it's gonna happen. We're gonna do it, we're gonna get it done, and we keep it pushing. So he's awesome. He's an awesome partner to have because he always, once I tell him something, he makes sure I stick with it. But I'm super like when I say something, I'm like but yeah, so me and him like together, like shoot, it's just a dynamic that can't be busted. Let's see. Sophia says, before the billions is at Walmart, I'm trying to get him these 220s from the register, but he's running too fast. I gotta take ski mask. That's an inside joke. If you guys haven't been here and watched BTB on my live streams, he loves doing story time, and BTB always seems to be at Walmart doing something at Walmart in the middle of the night when he comes from the gym, and he has us concerned all the time because we're looking out for his best interest. So shout out to that. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay. Let me get into the article and then we're going to chop this up. I see you in the back. Give me 1 second. Okay, guys. So let me get into this article. Um, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So it's saying, I don't know. Tell me in the chat, guys, if you know. Do you guys know that Steve Harvey has like 2 shows? He has a show on what I'm going to talk about on Facebook. I did not know this, called Watch Steve on Watch. And you guys know that he has a show where he's like a judge. Put a 1 in the chat if you knew that. Steve Harvey has a show. He has a judge show on ABC. And then he has this other show that he does on Facebook 5 days a week. I think it's kind of like Table Talk. I mean, I don't think it's exactly Table Talk, but I'm saying it's like a show on Facebook like Table Talk is. And it's like a TV show or whatever. Let me know if you knew that Steve Harvey had these shows. So let me go in and talk about it. So once again, it says so Steve Harvey was talking and this is the show's going to debut today at 4. It says 4 a.m. Pacific time and 7 a.m. Eastern, and it's called a Facebook Watch. It says Steve Harvey is once again giving his take on life and issues affecting his audience in between interviewing performers, everyday heroes, and viral stars. So this basically sounds like the show he had on. I don't know what channel that was, guys. What channel was Steve Harvey's show on? Was it NBC? So it's the same show, but Facebook picked him up for the show. This week, he's also motivating the audience to wake up every day and go after their dreams and desires. While citing Bishop T.D. Jakes, Steve offers up sound advice about the difference between existing and living. All right. So he says, this is what he said, and I quote. He said, I heard Bishop T.D. Jakes talk one time and say, I would hate to delete and never do the thing I was born to do. Says Steve. And yes, shout out to that. I literally, like I said, guys, even me going into education and all that, literally that's something I would do without getting paid for, because it's naturally who I am. I am an educator. I'm a teacher. I'm a facilitator. I am one to guide you and coach you and mentor you and encourage you to get to your goal. That's me inside and out. I can't change it. It's just who I am. Right. So I definitely, agree and concur with this statement. You would hate to be deleted and never do the thing you were born to do. It says, man, that would be miserable for me. It's got to be a miserable feeling to want to do something so badly and choose by the choice that God has given you to stay right here and don't go for it. So that's what Steve's saying. He says, that's existing. Okay, so now he's breaking down what it is, and then I'm going to talk about existing and living. He says that's existing. That ain't living. Steve adds, while imploring the audience to chase after their goals. I would rather wake up every day going after something instead of waking up every day taking something somebody gives to me. Man, that's a t-shirt right there. That's a doggone t-shirt right there, man. That is awesome. Okay, so BTB says he's seen it. Anybody else? Have you guys seen it? And I think that's super, super important, guys. Let me bring up who I have in the back room. So we're going to kind of go back and forth and talk about this. So we're going to add Dr. P to the discussion. Dr. P, you back again, Dr. P. So have you been hearing what we've been discussing so far?
I have been.
Okay, so let's talk about this. I really want to break this down to the simple form, Dr. P, because we all have kind of walked in this light. I really love what Steve just said. He was quoting what he had heard Bishop T.D. Jakes say, and then his aspect of what living and thriving is. I'm going to repeat that briefly, and then I'm going to let you kind of jump in on your perspective of this as a social worker. He says, man, he said, I would hate to be deleted and never do the thing I was born to do. Man, that would be miserable for me. It's got to be a miserable feeling to want to do something so badly and choose by the choice that God has given you to stay right here and don't go for it. That's existing. That ain't living, Steve adds, while imploring an audience chase their goals. I would rather wake up every day going after something instead of waking up every day taking something somebody gives me. Let me try to copy that. That's a good quote. Okay, Dr. P, you got the floor.
Yeah, that's profound faith right there. And I definitely agree with that. We're at a time that we don't want to just exist and just we want to live life. We don't want to just thrive and exist off of what's being given to us, because we have to realize that we were brought here to do more. You
Yeah.
should not limit yourself. And limiting yourself just means that you're just existing in the world that was given to you, instead of making your own world and your own dreams and just living life. I tell people I took the whole December off because it's my birthday and I just like to live life. But I plan a trip every 3 months. Matter of fact, that's what I was doing, planning my 3 month trip, because I was like, oh, wait, it's time. Because I work hard and I just don't want to exist in what has to be given for me. And I do have goals. And if you stop existing and stop wanting the things that you want, then you don't move on. You're just here. You're here and you're taking what people are giving to you. You're miserable and you're asking for something more, but the door is open, but you don't want to go, because he never closed the door on your thoughts, your dreams, and the goals that you set for yourself. Are you going to have that faith enough to go out and get it? Like, I don't mind being broke until something comes up, if that's what it is. Because I'm not going to stay in something that doesn't allow me to be who I am and allow me to do the things that I like to do. And that goes for a job too. If I'm not happy on a job and I'm not going there every morning with my coffee and I'm singing and skipping down the way, and I really want to get up out of bed to be there, then I'm not going to be at that job, uh, because you're no longer going to take from me. I'm going to live life even at that job. So it's so very important, and you have to listen. Steve spoke some very, very good words, and I definitely need to give him a call, because, baby, sometimes you got to be reminded
That's true. And I think
of living life.
I think what's so important. I had to close my blind. Okay, I think what's really important, Dr. P, is the aspect that the reality of existing. So, like I said earlier, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and they were saying how they resigned from the job because they felt so over, like it wasn't fun anymore, and they've been teaching
Mhm.
for years, like a long time. And I always used to tell anybody this, my students, people, anybody I talk to, counsel with, whatever, that when you get that feeling, Dr. P, when it is not fun anymore. And I think we got to distinguish, like, duh, when you're working on something that's a goal, a dream, a job, a profession, I don't know, a business. Yeah, it's gonna be times it's not fun. I'm not talking about those little times where you just gotta get over that hump. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get over that little downtime. But when, like, inside of you, when you're feeling kind of that sickness, I don't want to get up, I don't want to go to work, I don't
All
want to
right.
be there. I mean, you at that point, you definitely have to make a change and a difference. Dr. P, you got is it music on or something? I hear something.
Oh, you know what? That was my student. She came in here to take a nap because she needed some self care and some live lifetime away from the teachers outside the door.
Oh, yo, sis, she
So,
sound like one of my students. Make
yeah,
tell Okay,
and
well,
she
make sure
came to
she.
take a nap. That's why my light
Okay,
is off, because she came to take a nap.
okay, no worries. Just make sure we can't hear it because I don't want YouTube to try to flag me on the
No,
music
she
thing.
gone. You heard the bell
Okay.
when she was walking out. She gone.
Oh no, I didn't hear it. So, anyways, Dr. P, I definitely kind of want to touch base on the simplicity of that idea, and kind of what that looks like, because I believe a lot of times, Dr. P, we feel so consumed that we have to do what we're doing, and there's no other option. And I want to be honest though, Dr. P. I really look from the outside looking in at the monotony of how we have to get up, go to work, and we're so focused on having what's that called, like our insurance and our benefits and things of that nature. So to a certain point, sometimes we have to settle for things because there's things that we have to have and we need for our families. But I believe a lot of times, I don't think we think that it is a reality and a truth that we can have these other things. And I think a lot of times it's more so we have to kind of step out and just try it. And even if you don't feel like, okay, I can go all the way out and do this, still keep your job and keep the functionality of what you have. But I want to know how important you think it is to step out and do things. The quote that's well said is like step out on faith, or just set yourself up to be vulnerable, especially when you're doing things in life.
Um, very important. Let me make it very clear. We're not saying go quit your job. I'm not saying go quit your
Exactly.
job.
Yeah,
Because the
disclaimer.
reality of it is that we do need health care. We do need to continue to pay our bills, and we do need to provide for our family. But in the midst of all that, you still have goals and dreams that you want to achieve. And so you need to be able to step outside of that and say, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to dedicate some time to what I want and
Mm-hmm.
to what I need to focus on and achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it starts off with just a little time.
Mm-hmm.
It might be 30, 40 minutes here, but you have to step out on it, because if you don't, then you're probably going to be forever caught up in this job that you think you have to settle for.
That's true.
um Prime example, I was just reading something this morning. I actually,
Mm-hmm.
when y'all were talking, I said, let me make sure I can pull this back up, because it was in reference to um my profession,
Mm-hmm.
because we talk about a lot of stuff, and when we talk about a lot of stuff, hold on. Yeah, I just went up.
Girl,
When
listen,
we
I'm
talk
sitting here. I'm sitting here doing all this, Dr. P.
Yeah.
My doggone second screen no went blank. My other doggone girl, listen, I hit the USB and it knocked the thing
Mhm.
out. Oh my goodness gracious. So I'm just still smiling with all this technical stuff.
Go ahead. So, and it replies to social workers and how we're feeling, because get this one, in my profession, since C-19 has hit, everybody is in a crisis.
Good job, Dr.
But
P.
they
You said
forget that
it.
we're in a crisis. Reality
Yeah.
is we're all in a crisis. But we are the ones who are getting hit harder, because they want us to go and do our job, and forgetting that, hey, we need that self-care time too.
Yeah.
And so our ethics committee redid our ethics for us on 2020, because they heard our cries. So just in December of 2020, 2021, which took effect January 1st of 2022,
Uh-huh.
said that we're obligated to advocate in our interest of our own personal self-care. That means we must take care of us first, and we're saying no to burnout and no to toxic work environments, which means that if our job doesn't understand that we need to take these days and you need to give us more days off, then we're okay to leave, and nothing's going to be said about it. And they have to understand that it's against our ethics to stay in this type of environment. So when we look at that, we have to bring that back to, are we thriving, or are we just existing? Some of us are just existing because that's what we were told we needed to do. When, as even our own ethics board say, no, y'all need to live and y'all need to take that self-care for yourselves.
And you know what's sad about that though, Dr. P? That's super sad that
But
they
we got
have
to put it
to.
as a law.
No, and but see in education that we have to do that too with
Mhm.
having the union and all that. It's like it's sad that like even with me, like I said, I don't have no shame about it because if you don't do if you're not in education, either you worked in university or you've worked in schools, public, private, all that. You know that a lot of times holidays and all that, we already get those times off, so we don't have to use a lot of leave time because we're off for everything, and it's a super blessing because a lot of that time is like rejuvenation time. If you scale it right, so like our sick time, whatever, it builds up. Like we get a lot of it, so with me, it's not. And I was telling them, Dr. P, it's nothing for me to take a mental health day. Sometimes it was every month or every other month. I'd just take a Friday off or whatever. I had the time. So, and to me, it was just something to just kind of, just for me, and it wasn't a reason. It wasn't like I was stressed out or overworked. No, I just wanted to take some time out and I had it and I did it. And I believe, even too, ay, those meals. Even, where is this hair at? Oh, even, sometimes you need to do that. Find these different things, Dr. P, before you burn out, because you don't want to get to the point. And I think this is so true. It parallels Dr. P and even like kind of the ideal of mental and talking and being able to when you suppressing your feelings and things of that nature. A lot of times you need a break. Dr. P, how can we tell that when it's too much? I know as far as personally, when you start to get that sick feeling, that's what my coworker was talking to me about. Like he literally would get up every morning and he just wasn't fun. And he loves kids. Like he loves teaching. He's an awesome teacher. He does all kind of dynamic things with his kids. But it was just he was like, I did not enjoy it anymore. So to me, that's you got to pay attention to that. What's some other things,
You
Dr. P?
you're absolutely right. You do. When you just lay in the bed in the morning, be like, I can't get up, I can't go. But also when you just don't give a damn no more.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When you just don't care anymore. When you wake up and you get there and you like, I just don't care. Do whatever y'all want to do. I'm gonna do my job to the best of my ability. But the best of my ability is the way I'm saying it. So the best of my ability is probably nothing at this particular time, and just enough to get by because you've given up and you don't care. And so that's the main thing. Whenever you get that nickling that I don't even care no more, I'm just here until my next break. Or like me, I always say, I'm here until my next break. And I start
Shame.
counting down the birthdays. We got the 17th off, Mardi Gras coming
See,
up,
you like the
and I'm
teachers.
like,
They breaking it
check,
down.
check. I'm like, I'm gonna do my best of my ability until
Wait a minute. When's MLK? Don't y'all get it next week?
the 17th. But you know
Next week.
they give us 5 days off for Mardi
Yeah,
Gras.
that's Louisiana
So
though. I
that's
remember that.
that's my
Remember
big
that.
break right there. And I'm okay
Yeah.
because after Mardi Gras is Easter break and testing. So
Yeah,
this way we got
testing.
to get through those last, because to be honest, it's when you just don't care. You know, when you start to feel like you don't care and you're gonna do the minimum at your job, just
Yes.
enough to get by,
Just enough,
then
right?
you're sick of it and you're
Good point.
starting to get burnt out. And it doesn't have to be like that. um I do this in a day. Like, it's my first week, it's our first week back. I didn't want to see any students, but they just knock on my door anyway, and if it's minimal, then I'll let them come in. But if it's not and they need to talk something, okay, tell me what it is, because I'm not dealing with it this week. Because of the simple fact is that I have to mentally get myself prepared.
Yeah.
And right now I'm at that point to where I'm saying, "Oh Lord," So I have to take some self-care within my office, and that means that I'm gonna do some paperwork, and if it gets overwhelming, I'm gonna sit down and probably watch some Netflix or something. But I'm here to answer phone
Right.
calls or whatever. But sometimes you have to take that in the middle of your day. Sometime, like Miss B Finesse say, you need to take a day off and go do something.
Yeah.
Um, Take a couple of days off, go on a short vacation to the next state or something. I
That's
used
true.
to tell people I used to take a vacation to Florida, stay in a hotel for a whole weekend, and then come on back home. Because if you get away from your daily
Yes.
um if you get away from your daily life, then you're not going to be sitting at the hotel, you're going to be doing something different. So it's always get away to do something different
Yeah.
in what you've already been doing, in order to have effective self-care,
Yes.
and not to be burnt out, and not to just be in that mood of, I'm just going to exist in here. And you could start getting into that mood that you want to live life more. And then you start doing more things, because you like the feeling. Your body starts to pump that adrenaline, that I like the feeling. And then you probably get yourself out of bed because you're like, well, next month coming up, let me go do my job so I can do it again next month. But like I say, to really live life is to be doing something that you truly, absolutely want to do. And if teaching is that, don't forget there are other avenues too. Get into something else that extremely makes you happy. I write books. I had a book published last year, and I'm in the process of having my own. I published it with some women last year, and then I have one coming out. That's what I've been dedicating my time to, is finishing this book, which is all me and stuff. And so I like to read, so I like to write. So I'm doing, even though I'm in this job, I love this job, I'm doing something that I absolutely love and that I feel is going to touch some people and help some people. So I'm okay thriving here because it's going to help me get to where I need to be. And I also own two businesses. So my objective is for me to be living and continue to do the things that I do, I'm living life because I'm doing things that I like to do, even though one is a little taxing. I'm doing things I love to do. Hopefully, if everything pans out well, guess what? No more work for me, and I can just sit at home and really be living life watching Netflix all day. So
But see,
sometimes,
but you gotta have goals. Her goal
but
is to
you gotta
watch
have goals.
Netflix,
And look,
sit home and
that's
watch Netflix. And see,
that's
this
right.
is the
One of
thing.
my goals is to sit home, watch
Listen, I'm gonna
Netflix,
tell y'all she's a lie.
live life.
She's too like y'all see how I am. She's like me to a T too. She can't sit still in one spot. There's no way she would ever sit at home. She would always be doing like two or three different jobs, going out helping everybody. She would never you could sit home for 2 days, Dr. P, and then you would go bonkers and start like two more businesses.
No,
But
no, I figured it out what it was. Nobody realizes that the mall is open. And if I'm making all this, somebody got to spend it because I can't take it with me.
that's true.
So, Netflix, the mall from like 10 to 2 p.m.,
Yep, before the
come
kids
home,
get
cook
out.
for my husband, and go ahead on and go. I just want to be a trophy wife at some point. That's a goal for me.
Oh
Just a trophy wife. That's it. That's my dreams now.
yeah. You are hilarious. Well, as a wife that does stay at home with the kids, it's a lot. There's a lot that you do in balance. And once again, like I said, just building other things in the background is super, super inspiring and awesome because you get that opportunity to kind of just get these things off your mind that you want to do. And like I was saying earlier, talking to Dr. P about this, it's like when you do something you love, like really and truly, like I said, I would do education without getting paid. It is something that is just I love teaching, facilitating, mentoring, coaching, because I love all those things. It's naturally the things that I do. So the fact I got paid for it was just a bonus plus because I know a lot of people in life do not get the opportunity to do exactly what they want to do. And then the best thing about it, the super blessing, is if you can make money off of it. So I would implore when we're talking about existing or living life, or are you living your life or existing, I would definitely implore, please don't put a time stamp and an age on what you want to do in life. I feel like that is a downfall for a lot of people. They feel like, oh, I'm this age so I can't do it, or I'm not old enough, or I'm too old to do this. Do not do that ever in life. I mean, if you guys really stepped out and did a lot of things and just believed in yourself and and were willing to lose, like I think we have this fear that haunts everyone because, like I told you guys, where all the dreams and goals and where everything it's so expensively rich is the graveyard, because so many people they just kind of exist in life and don't want to they don't want to take any chances. They don't believe in themselves. They don't want to, once they mess up, they don't want to try it again and try it again. And this is what I implore to my students, young adults, anybody that I'm working with or talking to. Please don't get caught up in the first time, second or third that you did it, tried it, and messed up, that it means it's give up time. A lot of times, I tell my students, that's why I allow them to mess up, and I will mess up in front of them on purpose so they can catch me messing up. And then they can see, wow, she has got 3 degrees, 2 certifications, a professional, a brilliant, eloquent in her speaking, and she still is making a mistake. So me as this young child, teenager, young adult, if I make a mistake, it's not that bad. And I think it's important that we push mistakes are okay. This is how we thrive as human beings. I think we get so caught up. Well, maybe I'm just talking about myself. We get so caught up in wanting everything to work right, be perfect, have the right people around us, not understand you got to shift things and move. You got to shift people and move. And you don't realize, like, it's okay. It is totally okay. You don't have to be so caught up when you mess up. Maybe Dr. P, can you speak on the ideal of messing up and if it's okay or not, and how we move as humans with that fear?
Yeah, it's so important to know that you can mess up. Life is not perfect. You're not perfect. You're still a human. And it's okay to have a failing business. Just pick yourself
Yes,
right back up.
that's
Maybe it
true.
wasn't the perfect time for that business or something went out, but the next time. You just have to stop being so hard on yourself. And I used to tell people, don't be hard on yourself because people are not being as hard on you.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself that grace to know that I'm human. This is my first one. And that's why you see a lot of people, you might see they have something and they come out with another name, but it's the same thing, because they didn't learn from the first time. They went back to the drawing board, they
Uh-huh.
did it again. So that's absolutely important, to know that you can fail and start all over again. And it's okay to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's truly okay. Some people are not as lucky to have it shoot off the first time. Some people is only for a season.
That's
Some people
true.
is only for a moment. But that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay for that to happen. And still seek other things, like, shoot, let me go back to the drawing board. Maybe that shirt, I didn't have enough design, or maybe I didn't tailor it right, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe who I was selling it to, or maybe who I designed it for, was not my target area,
Mm-hmm.
or that
Yeah.
wasn't my target. Because remember, it's a hit or miss when we're talking about people, and we're providing things for people,
Right.
products and services for people. Um, Sometimes the target audience that you thought might have wanted it might not be that one.
That's true.
You
Or they
might have to take
changed.
it back, and you
Mm-hmm.
might have to go to another target audience.
Mm-hmm.
Prime example, somebody say something about being gay. We all know being gay was for the older people. No, you can give it to the 39s and 40 runners now, because now you put that Bengay on them knees and them legs and them foots, and when they run those marathons, they don't feel nothing. Advertise to them now. Don't just have your commercials at 50 and plus
Dr.
or
P, who
60.
told you Ben
Get
Gay
you
is only
some
for
Bengay
old
at
people?
35.
Who
And
told you that?
what about what? The
Who
Bengay?
told you Ben Gay is only for old people?
Well, that's what my mama and my grandma used to say. When you
Yeah,
get
I
older,
remember.
you go get you some Bengay. Baby, go get my Bengay and rub my feet. But I learned since
She said
and
Ben
I'm
Gay.
young, but you gotta get you some Bengay on them things. So your target audience might not
Mm-hmm.
be the same. So change it. But get this one. Your first attempt might not be, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm good from a social worker's point of view, who has failed at many things. It doesn't mean that, and get this one, y'all, it doesn't mean that you're a failure
That's
because
true.
you failed at something.
That's true.
It just means that you're about to get better, because if you don't never fail, you never know how to correct it. We do it all
I
the
think the
time.
key thing is when you're
You do,
failing,
yeah,
you have to learn the mistake, because
yeah,
you can keep failing and doing the same mistake, and that's the purpose of the
yeah.
failure. It's for you to fix that mistake, and
Hmm.
then you can move forward with that.
Let me tell you, the a person who is successful, they still fail at things
All
within
the
that
time.
business. The
Yep.
only thing is that we don't see it. We
That's true.
don't see what a lot of people go through.
That's
You
true.
would never know what people go through, because you're just looking at their success,
That's true.
but you don't know what they did to get there. You don't know how
That's
many
so
times
true.
you don't know how many times they probably came up with that idea and it was shot
Mm-hmm.
down. They
Yeah.
went on Shark Tank, and, well, 3-4 times and stuff. You never know what they go through in order to be successful where they are.
That's a good point.
So
That's an
we need to
excellent
really
point.
stop watching other people's success, or other people, because number one, it's going to hinder us, because we're going to say, oh, we can't do it. And
Man,
number
you speaking
two,
a word right there.
you know, it's going to stop us from doing, because we're going to say we're not that smart. When you are, you're probably smarter than them. You're probably
You
sitting on
are.
something right now.
You are. You
But
smarter.
you probably sitting on a good idea
A
right
gold
now.
mine.
Too
Yeah.
scared to
Yeah.
put it in play because somebody, your friend over there, clothing store closed.
Mm-hmm.
And you was there
It's
every
fear.
day, and you don't know why her clothing store closed, because you like the clothes. No, you could have liked them, but somebody else didn't like them. And
Mm-hmm.
who knows if her customer service was right? And she could have had a button missing off of her clothes and didn't give good refunds. Well, guess what? Her clothing store gonna close. But you don't know that.
You don't
Somebody
know.
could have mishandled all her money. She couldn't get no more
Facts.
inventory. You don't know.
You don't.
And
You
she
and
can
it
just tell you, and the girl, my stuff just, they're not gonna tell you the truth either.
and see
Girl, my
that
stuff just like,
that's true. People are not gonna tell you about their
stop
fails for real, for
listening to
real.
people and stop looking at other people's successes and failures.
That's the key point right there. Dr. P just hit the nail. Put it in the ground, built the house around it, put the shingles up, and then she took the key and gave it to you. Homeowner. Listen, it's so important that you understand, guys, that everybody got something. Like, it was different levels to it, it was different times to it. They might have hustled a different way, they might have under hustled, they might have did some other trickery things that you didn't do, and it's okay if you didn't get it the way they get it and the speed that they got it, because we all on these different journeys and walks. And I think that's so important, because I hate when I hear these gurus and people get on there and say, yep, you do A, B, C, and D and you'll get it. That's not true. I mean, you, in a certain sense of the aspect of an ideal, yeah, you can do A, B, C, D, but a lot of times it's gonna be little tricks and twists in the road. So, and then a lot of people are not honestly telling you the tricks in the road. They're not honestly telling you exactly everything they did. They're not being honest. They always, and I can't stand when people want to make everything look like it's so easy, and it's not. That's one thing I am. I'm very transparent about how to get places, when we're dealing with the ideals of how thought mindset, mental challenges, the conversation, how to have it, not being so angular on one side or another. I'm here listening, soaking in, understanding. It doesn't mean I'm going to agree with you, but I'm getting understanding, because how can I move forward when I don't have understanding? All I'm doing is I'm perpetuating my thoughts and feelings and my perspectives, but there's no understanding. And I think that's what we do. We just don't admit it. We can't, and it takes a strong person to admit, yep, I'm just trying to push off what I want on other people. I'm really not listening to what they're saying. I'm just trying to push off what I want. And we do that all the time, guys. Cars says, fail, FAIL, first attempt in learning, just don't make it final. Thank you for that, Cars. That's a good acronym. You guys listen, I'm a teacher, educator. I love acronyms. So yeah, first attempt in learning. Yes, that's basically what it is. And he says, I use the 100 rule, try on purpose to fail something 100 times. And then that's true. I know the YouTuber, I think his name is Roberto Blake. If I said his name wrong, whatever, sorry. But he was saying how on YouTube that a lot of people want just this overnight fame, overnight success, or they do certain things or whatever to get there, and they don't understand it's really in the journey. And I totally get what he was saying when he said do 100 crappy videos. That's basically saying it's going to take you, to form a habit, guys. You have to do it for 30 minutes, I think up to 3 to 4 times a week, and consistently for so long, and it's a habit. I think 7 weeks or something like that. And it's basically saying form a habit. Once you keep doing these videos and you're watching yourself, you're going to notice the angles, the camera, the lighting, how you sound. Do you look awkward on camera? Is it you and not really that you can't bring people in? Is it your presence? Is it what you're talking about? And he says do 100 crappy videos and then start looking at, okay, why are my subscribers not coming? So I think it's important to, which is the focus of this conversation. Are you just existing? Are you living your life? You have to put yourself out there to make mistakes. I think we need to make mistakes great again. I don't think everybody understands, like, it is so imperative that you make the mistakes, not purposeful mistakes. Obviously, when you know something's not wrong, something's right, you shouldn't do it. Don't just go do it. But I'm saying the mistakes in the aspect of learning. It's imperative that you make a mistake and mess up. It's so important because it lets you, especially if you're self-correcting, you make the mistake, but you are checking, like, what can I do to make this better? How can I do this less or this more? Then you are growing. And that's how we are as human beings. I think we don't function unless we make mistakes. What do you think, Miss P, Dr. P?
Um, Absolutely right. And I can tell you this: if you are attempting to try not to make a mistake, you're gonna make a mistake. Just, I mean, we're
Facts.
human,
Facts.
so you're not gonna not. I don't care how perfect you think you are.
Right.
You are not gonna make a mistake. It can be the way the tone in your voice, the way you talk to somebody. You
Mm-hmm.
could be trying to be the most sweet, but you can't. It just can't happen if you are who you are, and we are all humans. and we
Right.
are just trying to do what needs to be done, then it's in the blood,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how we correct, and that's how we prepare ourselves to learn. If you think you are so perfect that you don't make mistakes, then you're not gonna never learn.
That's
You're
true.
not gonna never learn. And so that hinders people also. So if you don't think you make mistakes, then you don't think nothing needs to be changed. So when you gonna start not doing and not understanding how to live life, then you're not gonna live life, because you already
Mm-hmm.
got it all figured out.
Yep.
You got it all figured out. So you're just existing in this world. You're just existing. And what people give to you, why? Because
Mm.
you can't even fail at something to correct something, to understand that this was hard and I need to
Yeah.
live for me.
Yeah,
You're
that's true.
okay. You're okay. But so that's very, very important. You definitely have to fail. And you have to be aware of that failing,
Mm-hmm.
You have to look and say, you know what, I'm not perfect.
You have to
I'm not
assess.
perfect.
I think you can't fail to
I
be
don't even
failing.
pronounce my words right half of the time. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
I
I
think
don't
I
even, I used to tell them when I was in college, I'm only allowed to pronounce words from 8 to 5. That means I had a class from 8 to 5. On weekends, don't ask me to pronounce nothing right, because I'm not at work.
yeah. I
And I
think
might act like I don't have 5 degrees, because that's my self care. I don't want to think a word. Don't ask me if it's in a dictionary, because it's probably in my dictionary.
yeah, and I think it's imperative as far as when you're failing. I think when you fail and you stay in that failure, I think that's that fear and that idea that holds you up. Because
Yeah.
once you, let's say
Hmm.
you applied for, let's say you want a higher position or you want a different position, and you applied for it and you didn't get it, you're like, okay, well, I'm not worth it. I don't deserve it. You know, I don't deserve it. And I think a lot of times, Dr. P, I think a lot of times I know it. I'm not gonna say I know this. Just dealing with people. We are our worst enemy. We are the worst enemy we can have for each other, for ourselves, because what we do is we make these false narratives when we are trying things, when we are putting ourselves out there. It can be relationships, it can be it can be jobs, it can be just anything. We put ourselves out there and it doesn't go the way we want it.
Hmm.
It's just like we do this tear down of ourselves. We find everything wrong with ourselves. We find everything wrong with the situation, and we find every reason to not want to try again, to give it up. And it's so easy to give up. It's so easy to give up. It's so easy to release. I want you guys to check this. This is something you guys know I always try to give you some homework every once in a while. Check this of yourself when you're dealing with people. See how easy it is for you to get angry, be mad, be down, bothered. Check the ease of doing that compared to taking a high road, compared to choosing to be happy, compared to letting that person, if they try to get over on you or use you, okay, whatever, that's cool. Taking the high road. See which one is easier. And you're always going to find it's easier to give up, to speak negative on somebody, to stay negative and angry in a situation, compared to, you know what, I'm going to look for what I can change in this and go forward. I am going to take the high road. I'm not going to entertain you guys, argue with you guys. I'm not going to do it. And or I'm going to get up. Even though I've been knocked down, shut down, put down, I'm going to get up and keep moving forward. That is such a hard thing, and I want to recognize that. I want to definitely say that, because I don't want these conversations to feel like, oh, wow, they're talking it, I should be able to do it. You can do it, but it's a mindset. You have to really, your mind is so powerful. I don't think we really understand how powerful our minds are. And sometimes, like I said, you have to encourage yourself. You literally have to talk to yourself. And I hate when I hear people say, oh, crazy people talk to themselves. No, everybody talks to themselves. It's called subconscious. And then a lot of times it's the conscious, like you encouraging yourself. I can do it. I can do it. Like, let's say before I get on a roller coaster, when back when I was a teenager, I hop on roller coasters all day. But listen, my son, when we go to the theme park and all that, my husband, he'll get on there with him. But he like, Mom, come on, get on with me. I'm like, Depending on how deep the dip is or whatever, I'm like, okay, I can get on, I can get on, I can get on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really not. If the roller coaster is going straight, I don't mind it. But I don't like dips. But even that, like it's like a self talk. You kind of got to tell yourself, I can do it. I can do it. And I think we need to self talk to ourselves more. And if you can't tell yourself nothing good about yourself, write it down. Write it on a sticky note somewhere where you can go to it and visually see it. Put it in your phone, in your notes. All y'all got phones. Put it in there. And just get a couple goals and things that you want to either improve on or change. And keep telling yourself that you can do it. And don't focus on just telling yourself. You got to put it to action. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the best." I don't know, flute. I'm a flute player. You don't buy a flute. You don't take a flute lesson. You don't listen to flutes. So I mean, it has to be a merging of the mind and the action of you moving forward.
Listen to this, Miss B Finesse.
What's up?
You were saying that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you sure do." Let me give you another step. So,
Okay.
whenever someone is talking down on you, the easiest thing I always come up with is to, after they finish talking, don't cut them off.
I already know what you're gonna say.
It's just I would say, "Oh, okay, thank you. Excuse me. Okay, thank you. You have a nice day.
Yes.
I got to go." And boom.
Boom.
Because this is
Boom.
this is what I'm saying. I'm not gonna win the argument with that person because that's their opinion. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove myself from the situation, but I'm gonna be peaceful and nice about it. So, they say what they gotta say, and I'd be like, "Oh well, why? Thank you so much, but I gotta run." And I'll see you later. And if you could start doing that's a piece of one step of action to start doing that. Then you're gonna see how you felt the feeling, and then it's gonna come over you, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, I like that feeling." And then you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and then you eventually it's gonna become you all the time. Like, I don't have to sit and hear this. I don't have to get mad at you for your opinion. And I might have didn't ask your opinion, because people don't even they talk and don't even you don't need to ask them for their 2 cents.
Right.
So tell them keep they two. You ain't even got to tell them keep they 2 cents. Just say, "Okay, thank you." They gave it off. They fine. The second thing is you're training them. They can waste their breath all they want. All I'm gonna say is, "Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye." And then I was talking to somebody. Here's another thing. I keep telling people that some people need to get some grown friends and let them live.
I'm so glad I was on mute. I laughed so loud when you said that. I was on mute.
Because I had run it because I'm like me, but and I told her, get you some
Grown
get you some
friends.
grown friends and let go of the little kitty game mentality friends.
That's true.
Because when you start hanging with real grown people, your attitude is going to change. The way you dress, your mindset will change. And the most important thing, you ain't going to want time for all that drama. So it's okay to be classy, and it's okay to have grown friends. And it's okay to tell people, it's okay for people to be offended, but y'all move around from that. Because why y'all grown? Ain't no need for all that drama.
That's true. And I think it's imperative that we understand, Dr. P. You will get offended, though. You will get offended by people. People, even the ones you love the most and you have around you the most, will say something, do something, or assume that you did something to them or said something to them or hurt them. So be cognizant of that. Because I don't want you guys angrily walking in life thinking that everything's bubblegum and fairies. No, you're going to get situations where you didn't even do anything wrong and somebody mad at you. You're going to get situations where you don't even know what was said and they're mad at you. And yeah, okay. So what? Let them be mad. But you don't have to respond back. Yeah, and you don't have to do that, why you say that to me, or going to another person, girl, this, because you're bothered because they're not talking to you. So you want to start some mess with other people too. I think that is that kind of elephant, Dr. P, that grows when you're not mature. When you're not mature, you don't face people head on. When you're not mature, you don't let them know they bothered you or they hurt you. You just go do some undercover stuff and just let it get back the way it does. I'm a super proponent, and you know this because we go back years, 20 plus. I'm a super proponent of if something is an elephant in the room or something's bothering me or whatever, I'm just gonna come to you. I'm not really gonna go behind your back and talk to other people and why. I think that's the most high schoolish, childish thing there is to
Correct.
do. And I'm just
Correct.
gonna say it to you. And if you don't want to deal with it or you want to brush it under the rug or whatever, I am totally fine with how you respond to it because I don't need you to respond a certain way to make me happy. So let's say you're like, well, it don't bother me, but it really did, and you keep moving on angry, and you told me it didn't. It stopped right there in that conversation. I'm not thinking
That's why
about it
it's very
anymore.
important. That's why it's very important to have grown friends, because y'all can do those things and move
That's
on
true.
from that.
That's
And
true.
so, so important. And then I have to, say it
Well, can
again.
you break that down though? Because when I heard you say it, I was assuming you were saying I knew what you meant. But can you break it down for those that are coming in and out of the stream when you
Oh,
say
get you
grown
some grown,
friends?
get you
What does
some
that
grown
mean?
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes we tend to have these friends, okay, that because remind you, and I'm gonna bring it back to existing or just living life, because you have to know when your mental state grows. Okay, so
Mm.
you decided that, you know what, I'm on my grown woman stuff, or I'm on my grown man stuff, and I don't want to live in this drama. I don't want to exist anymore, because again, that's existing. I want to live life, but I need to be happy at living life, and I don't need to be stressed out. I don't need to have this anxiety. I don't need none of that. So you start to change. And so you start to want to hang with people that are grown, not over here in this little sandbox kids place, because they will keep you down. They won't empower you. They won't help elevate you. And on top of that, if your crown is falling to the side, they're not going to help you pick it up, because they're over here in this sandbox. So when I say get you some grown friends, watch the people that you hang around with. Look at them, because again,
That's true.
they're going to be the ones that's going to help you live, because they want to live just as much as you. And don't, and again, we all grown and we living, but again, they are also the ones that gonna say, and they're probably gonna tell you the truth. Girl, start that business, but this would happen to me. So guess what? They're actually helping you overcome those fears to get that business started. Also, grown folks or grown friends, they also help you get your, girl, you need me to come woke you need me to come work for you for free until you get started, because everybody on their
Man,
grown stuff,
listen.
and
Man, that's deep right
everybody
there
on
what you
their
just
grown
said.
stuff, and we ain't got
That's
time for
deep.
that drama. Our thing is to elevate and empower everybody in our group, and it's just some people that do not do that,
No,
and we
many.
have
No,
to
and we
be
ain't gonna
aware
say
of that.
some. We say many because
Many, you're
because
right. Don't let's not say
when you
some.
got a true
Let's
friend,
say
they're gonna
many.
sacrifice because they actually want the best for you. Because listen,
That's right.
I know I want the best for you, Dr. P, because I know when you come up, you gonna bring me up and some.
Correct.
And you want the best for me because you know when I come up, I'm gonna bring you up and some. That's just how we've always worked in our life. So I think
That's right.
that is something you have to watch with your friends.
That's right.
When they're going up, are they bringing you up too? Are they putting you once they get wherever it is, or to whatever level you guys worked on together? Are they giving you the clout and shine that you gave them? And I think it's imperative you have to watch people because a lot of times people want what you have, but they don't have what you want, and they really just kind of want to just grab onto you because they see you have whatever that light is or whatever. And that's imperative what you said because I think that's so true a lot of times. Like you have to see do people want will they bring you up when they get to over whatever the
Well, not
threshold is
only
or
for
whatever.
that reason, for the existing or living life, for those people, and I'm gonna say it, for those people that just want to grab on, leech, or for those people who are doing it, you heard me say it, leech. Then those are the people who are existing, and they're
That's
gonna make
true.
you exist.
And
They're
they're
not,
not going to get far
because they
because
don't want
I
you
don't
to
want to
just be.
have I
That's
don't want to
right.
have if my inner circle don't have.
That's right.
That's my mentality. Like
So
I'm not trying to come
again,
up and I know my people don't got it. For why do I want everything but y'all don't
correct,
have anything? I don't know.
correct.
That's a selfish mentality. I don't know. I
Correct.
don't think
And
like that.
and you
So
know what? And they do it all the time. And this is what makes people stop living. This what makes people sometimes stop their dreams, because they figured this person, this is my circle. I love this person to death. But she has no, I don't want to be above her. That, and guess what? You're not consciously thinking it. But
Of
when you
course.
put everything on hold, and this person is not like, she could just sit back and hear you say, but she's not helping you. She's not giving you no ideas.
Right.
She's not doing this. Then she likes existing in her life.
That's
So you
true.
will not, and get this one. This is why we say sometimes all you have to do is practice self-care for
That's true.
yourself. You don't always have to go on a big trip. You don't always have to do all these
No,
things. You can take
you're
a day
right.
off. Why?
Just take a
Because
day
my
off.
inner circle is living life. So regardless if I go to this job every day or I do this, I'm living life. Why? Because we all got hopes and dreams,
That's
and
true.
we are living it together.
True.
you know and so the mentality is, are we existing or are we living? Existing how? you know
Yeah.
we can exist. You can exist and not do, and you're not doing anything, or you can do the same thing and live life. I
That's
live for
true.
2:30 because I'm about to know why. Because I got friends on the outside say, "Girl, hey, we got things to do," and I'm like, "Okay, meet me at Zales. Sushi. It's half price sushi." We get excited in the afternoon for half price sushi, but we are living life in the midst of everything that's going on. Why? Because our mindset says that we can have everything and we're not stopping and putting nothing on hold. Well, you ask these people who are still caddying, and I've let a lot of people go because of it, and they're just existing.
Yeah.
It might appear that they're doing something, but they're not, because when they open their mouth, you can hear all the hope fall right
That's
through
true.
the wayside.
That's true.
And they
It's
blaming all their problems on you.
oh yep.
So get you some grown friends.
Friends.
Hang around grown people
That's true. And
and
you
live
really
life.
you really have to, please don't be that person that puts so much energy in uplifting other people that you are depleted. I'm gonna speak on that for a second, and we're gonna hit round to that call of action, Dr. P, because we at that sweet spot right now. So we're call of action is we're gonna kind of hit touch base to the things we talked about and just do a what we want to leave with the subscribers, the finesse fam, and the rewatch gang, so they can understand what we have left on the table for them. So once again, guys, please, I think it's so important. We're going to round off right here, and I think it's imperative, going back to what Steve was saying here, that existing is not living. And he says that he'd rather wake up every day going after something instead of waking up every day taking something somebody gives you. And I think it's important, guys, that when you are, moving through life, and when you are, walking and talking with people, oopsie, that you realize that that you're important, guys. You realize that the things that you have to give is imperative, and it's for somebody. And please don't let other people deplete you. Please don't let other people take so much from you that you're not getting anything as far as reciprocity. Understand though too, guys, don't be so consumed that one person has to give you everything, because realize other people have lives, they have families, they have work, kids, they have other things. So also be cognizant of that. Don't be so assuming and taking from others that you think they have to give so much of all their time and things of that to you, because they have other things going on and they have their life going on. Be cognizant of that, but also understand that you don't want to over pour and over give so much that you're depleted, because at that point you cannot give and do for anybody. Once you're over depleted, there's nothing you can give from being empty. All right, so I do want to definitely touch base on that.
Miss B, let me say something on that. And get this one, y'all. And this is why I say get you some grown friends, because your grown friends won't do that. You
Oh,
might shoot a
facts.
you might shoot
Ooh,
a
you dropped
text
the bomb.
message out
Dog,
this
where's
week.
my? Let me
Hey,
turn on
let's
my
have
thing.
drinks on the Thursday. And y'all might have not seen or talked to each other. And but they okay with that. Y'all know why? Because y'all on y'all grown stuff and y'all really ain't got
Thank
time to be
you.
sitting on the phone
I
for
gotta
six
talk to you all the
hours
time,
or
right?
hanging out every day. Why? Because
That's
we
true.
grown and we got lives. And your grown friends gonna understand that. Them
That's
sandbox,
true.
they don't understand that as much as grown people do. See,
That's
we know
true.
we have reality is I got 5 kids, a husband, 3 jobs, and a business. I could talk to you twice a week.
If
5, 10
that,
minutes sometimes. Hey
if
girl, I'm
that,
live. Bye.
if
Click.
that,
Get you some grown
if
friends. That's
that,
you
so
want to
good.
exist or live in this world, get you some grown friends that's living. I have grown friends that said, hey, Dr. P, girl, we going to Napa Valley. But look, I just got this right here, and the airplane ticket is on me. And I was like, so I just got to get that. My first grown friend ever. And from since then on, I needed grown friends in my life because we
Listen,
do things for each other.
I
Get you some
don't roll,
grown friends.
unless like
Yeah,
when
get
I
you
call
some
you like my
grown
best
friends.
friend, like things of that. No, it because to me it's very taxing and tiring, Dr. P,
Yeah,
to give time to anybody, let
yeah.
alone a best friend, a close friend. So I take those titles very seriously. I don't ship those off to a lot of people just because I know in
Mhm.
my heart I can't give. There's not enough of me to spread out to give that many
But
places, and I'm
Miss
honest
B
with that.
Finesse, you shouldn't have to. Even to
Oh,
tell
I'm
you the best,
not. You're
I
right.
have. Let me tell y'all, I have four best friends. Okay, Miss B Finesse. I have another friend, and I have two other friends, and these have been my friends for 20 plus
For
years.
yes.
We might talk maybe two, times a year, but she's still my BFF. Why? Because I know what she got. We all grown. I know what she got. We might send shout outs. We might send a text here and there. But I can tell you what, when something important happens in our life or we're going
You
to the
gotta
next
call
level,
me.
we
Anything.
send a text. We talk through text as much as we can. But that doesn't mean that she's less my BFF than she was the day that we became BFFs, because we're grown, we're able to understand that. And that's why it's so important that you make sure the people in your life is living life like you want to live life. Because if not, then you're going to get suckled into just existing, and you're
That's
not going to
true.
have no one to help pull you out of it, you know?
Yeah. And Pure Partner, she says, I had good friends in the homeschool community in Central Texas. Haven't had time to make many friends here in Arizona. And that's okay, Pure Ponder. As you get the
That's
time,
okay.
you make the time. But listen, guys, and I know this just by talking to so many people, how important a really good friend is. I know so many people that don't even have a good friend. They have associates and people on the outside layer, and that's okay. I think a true friend is something that it might take a whole lifetime to get, and I want you guys to understand that. You really look through and shift through the people around you, and don't be so quick to always assume somebody is your good close friend or best friend, especially if my whole thing is, even with all my my super inner circle, is that there's been times for them and me call them out the blue, needed something, had to bail them out. I mean, all kind of just anything. Going back from when we were teenagers up until now, and it's those moments when you are in need. That's to the test of time for a friend. I don't think it's just because you show up and we go party together and we talk on the phone. No, it's
Correct.
like when you needed me in a point in your life, was I there? Did I drop everything? And I think that's the test of time to tell if somebody is really there for you or not. Now, understand, you can't assume that for everyone in your life. This is why I'm talking about that specific inner group of people that you actually have. And it's a blessing. I thank God for it, because talking to many people, men and women, I didn't realize how many people don't have somebody to depend on. They don't have somebody that they can call, and how that you have to uplift and bless those people that you have, and tell them how important they are to you. Tell them all the time so they know how important they are to you, because everybody doesn't have that. So with that being said, guys, this was so awesome. This stream was awesome. I'm so glad we got straight to the point. We talked about existing and living. I touched base on kind of what Steve Harvey was saying. His whole idea was what kind of trumped my the title for today. And I just know it's imperative, because a lot of times we live these false narratives, and we don't realize that it is okay to live life. It is okay to step outside the box and have fun and enjoy yourself, guys. Give yourself, if you haven't in 2020, take some downtime. Take some time out for yourself, and just go, even if it's 30 minutes, go be to yourself and be at peace, guys. So with that being said, guys, I am Mrs. D Finesse of millennialfinessemindset.com, guys, and we are the Finesse family here, and we are faithfully innovating, inspiring, naturally effective, and we seek success every day. Another show down. See you guys. Have a great day.